And they're off for the 2017 Randox Health Grand National. Perfect Candidate had to be ridden away from the start. Dr. Harper is towards the rear of the field early on with just a par. Bishop's Road is also well back. Among those prominent on the run down to the first, Roi de France, The Last Samurai, Rogue Angel, Uccello Conti and Thunder and Roses. They pick up at the first.
And just about the leader over the first was Highland Lodge. Got a couple down towards the outside. Vincente's gone at the first. It looked like Cocktails at Dawn has also gone at fence number 1. It's Highland Lodge who will lead them at the second from Stellar Notion, and Double Shuffle is quite prominent as well as they make their way towards the open ditch, all safely over fence number 2. Wada Frank, Highland Lodge right up in the leading line here, along with Thunder and Roses as they take the ditch, and then Double Shuffle and Perfect Candidate from Sapphire de Roe and Chanteau Fly. They're all over the ditch okay. Good to know chasing up the leading group. Along them with on the inside Rogue Angel, and then Black Line as they clear the next one, the fourth. Dr. Harper, one of the last over. Just about last was just a par as we now pick them up at the fifth.
So heading down to the one before Beechers, Wada Frank, Highland Lodge, Stellar Notion, Double Shuffle the outside. The Last Samurai is there on the inner. Towards the back of the field at this stage, just a par. Dr. Harper, one for Arthur, well back with Dropout Joe. Midfield, Vieux Leon Rouge, Sapphire de Roe, two from the left, the extreme left, Perfect Candidate. The Young Master is tracking Wada Frank, Saint R in behind. Here's Beechers Brook. Wada Frank is over that. The Young Master's gone. Hamper definitely red very badly. And also Razda Marais is unseated. And they've a bit of drama there at Beechers as they run on to Foynehaven. Bishop's Road just apart, well back, as now Rogue Angel leads the way towards the canal. Thunder and Roses, the Gigginstown horses, 1, 2 and 3 at the moment, with Wada Frank on the outside. The Last Samurai on the inner, then Saint R, Highland Lodge and Good to Know as they reach the canal turn. Stellar Notion is next in the field, jumping that with Chanteau Flower and Black Lion, Uccello Conti. More of that next in company with Pleasant Company, and it looks as though being pulled up as they reach Valentine's Brook is definitely red.
Definitely Red is out of the race then before Valentine's, and Thunder and Roses jockey Mark Enright was knocked out of the saddle, so Thunder and Roses is out of the race there at Valentine's. On to the next plain one, it's Rogue Angel who will have the lead in the National. Got over that one a couple of lengths in front of Wada Frank, who's racing in second. The Last Samurai back in third. Then Saint R and Good to Know. Wider out is Highland Lodge. Then Double Shuffle and Pleasant Company next in the field as they take to the next one this open ditch. And Sapphire de Roe has gone at the back of the field there. Sapphire de Roe is out of the race there. Meantime, it's Rogue Angel still up top with Wada Frank as they go towards the next one. Just in front of Highland Lodge and Double Shuffle as they got to the landing side. Then Good to Know and Pleasant Company just ahead of Vieux Leon Rouge, who's got a good spot just in behind the leader. Saint R is next on the inside of those runners. Then Black Lion and the Last Samurai ahead of Perfect Candidate, who is next. Gasline Boy racing midfield on with O'Foylan's Boy, and then Levatican and Tenor Nivene back through the field to find Measure of My Dreams and Dropout Joe, Le Mercury, and then to the inside Houblon de Zobo. Lord Windermere is quite a long way back through the field early on, and so too is one for Arthur, and back behind him then is Regal Encore as they start to turn back towards home the first time.
So approaching fence 13 and out in front in the red headgear is Roi de France, a Rogue Angel close to the rail. Highland Lodge then with a purple cap and Double Shuffle away to the left rising. Vieux Leon Rouge in a striped jacket is just in behind. Good to Know has got the sheepskin noseband. And then Pleasant Company and Centaur. At the back of the field it looks as though Stellar Notion is pulling up. He was tailed off at the time. Moving on towards fence 14. Roi de France followed over by Rogue Angel and Highland Lodge and Good to Know and Double Shuffle and Perfect Candidate, and then Pleasant Company, Uccello Conti and Saint R. The Last Samurai in the dark blue and yellow is down on the inside track by Cause of Causes, Levatican, and then Wonderful Charm and Dr. Harper as they head towards the chair and drawing to it. Rogue Angel and Roi de France rise pretty much together. Leading pair take it well. Highland Lodge was the next one over. Back in the field, Measure of My Dreams has gone at the chair. Most of the others got over it safely, and on down to the water they come. It's Roi de France from Rogue Angel. Highland Lodge and Good to Know. Double Shuffle took it in 5. Then Vieux Leon Rouge followed over by Pleasant Company, Centaur, Black Line, Perfect Candidate, Uccello Conti, Gasline Boy, Chanteau Flyer, O'Foylan's Boy, then the Last Samurai, and there Roi de France hampered by a loose horse. He was virtually carried off the track. He managed to get back into it. Wounded Warrior meanwhile is well back. He's behind Course of Courses and more of that, and then Lord Windermere followed by Tenor Nivene and Levatican. Le Mercury is 3/4 of the way back as they cross the Melling Road from Dropout Joe, followed further back in the third by Houblon de Zobo. One for Arthur is only got 4 or 5 behind. Katie Walsh is well back on Wonderful Charm. The field covered by more than 30 lengths. Dr. Harper and Just a Par continue towards the rear of the field, and they move on now towards fence 17.
And over the 17th, it was Wada Frank who led the way again from Rogue Angel and Good to Know. Close up behind his Black Line, and Verlion Rouge has gone well to this point. Then Double Shuffle and Highland Lodge just in behind. Then Gasline Boy back down to the inside, Saint Tar and Uccello Conti, and then Pleasant Company. Watching all of them get over that one okay. Now down towards the big open ditch again. Rogue Angel and Wada Frank just ahead of Good to Know, Verlion Rouge. Then Black Line close up in 5th from Saint Tar, Pleasant Company and Gasline Boy from Double Shuffle and Highland Lodge. Then more of that just ahead of Perfect Candidate, and behind that one then is just in behind that one is Dropout Joe as they go towards the next one, and over this one towards the back of the field Regal Encore. Just a Par is still way back along with Oublon de Zobo and Bishop's Road.
So Rogue Angel going the inside route and has the advantage to Wade Franck. Vieux Leon Rouge, Good to Know just in behind with Saint R. In the outside, Black Lion is very prominent with Double Shuffle. Highland Lodge out wide along with Perfect Candidate as they run to the Beecher's Brook number 22 for the second time. Cause of Causes in about 10th position. Pleasant Company just tracking them with Gasline Boy as they get to Beecher's, and Wade Franck leads Saint R right round the inside. Uccello Conti blundered a catastrophic blunder and has unseated Daryl Jacob as they now run towards Foynaven at the head of affairs. Then it's Rogue Angel that leads, Black Line getting into it, Wade Franck, Vieux Leon Rouge, Pleasant Company, Saint R, Double Shuffle in the next position as they run towards the Canal Turn, number 24 for the second time. They're followed by Gasline Boy and Lord Windermere. Perfect Candidate, Highland Lodge, O'Fwayland's Boy as Rogue Angel leads over the canal to Wade Franck in second, Black Line in third, and then Vieux Leon Rouge, Saint R in there once again with Perfect Candidate as they reach second Valentine's.
And it was Rogue Angel who led them over Valentine's again. Pleasant Company made a really bad mistake. Ruby Walsh has done very well to hang on there as Rogue Angel leads from Black Line to the outside of those. Wada Frank remains prominent in third from Verlion Rouge and Pleasant Company. Getting into it now is Cause of Causes, then Gasline Boy. Double Shuffle is next. Perfect Candidate made a very bad mistake and will be pulled up before the final open ditch. Shantou Fly has also been pulled up at the back of the field. Black Line now drawing level here with Rogue Angel up top. It's 2 lengths away, Wada Frank. Then Verlion Rouge with every chance. Cause of Causes next. Then Pleasant Company, Gasline Boy, Lord Windermere, Saint R, and then Good to Know in front of O'Fwayland's Boy as they took the third last. Then one for Arthur, who's now looking to stay on late, followed by Levatican and Highland Lodge, who's rather weakened out of it as Black Line has gone clear. Black Line by about 5 lengths now to Rogue Angel. Back in third, Wada Frank. Then Cause of Causes staying on from Verlion Rouge and Gasline Boy from one for Arthur, and behind him then is Lord Windermere from Saint R. Further back to Good to Know, O'Fwayland's Boy and Levatican as they turn for home.
It's the most experienced rider in the race, Noel Feely aboard Black Line for trainer Nigel Twiston Davis, seeking his third national success, who leads them on the long run to the second last. Cause of Causes in the hoop jacket, and then the striped sleeves of Vieux Leon Rouge. Double Shuffle meanwhile is being pulled up. One for Arthur for Scotland is closing in on the left, and he jumps into second behind Black Line as they took the penultimate fence. They're chased by Cause of Causes, Gasline Boy in the purple jacket, then Vieux Leon Rouge and Saint R from Lord Windermere and Pleasant Company. The final fence, one for Arthur, jumped through to take over, chased by Cause of Causes. Black Line in third, and then Gasline Boy. They're racing towards the elbow in the National, and it's one for Arthur, out in front for an historic Scottish success, chased hard by Cause of Causes and Jamie Codd. One for Arthur, and Derek Fox, though, are over 3 lengths clear. They've got a half furlong left to go in the National. It's one for Arthur. Cause of Causes isn't getting any closer. Only the second ever Scottish train winner of the National. One for Arthur, for Derek Fox and Lucinda Russell win the National. Cause of Causes second, an heroic effort from Saint R in third, Black Line in fourth, then Gasline Boy, Vieux Leon Rouge, Regal Encore, Lord Windermere, Pleasant Company, Oublon de Zobo, Ballinagore got round, so too La Mercury, Good to Know, Just a Par, Vatican, The Last Samurai, Tenon Ivernay got round, and one or two of the others are still coming in.
The pride of Scotland rules supreme on Merseyside. A first ride in the Grand National for Derek Fox, Sligo-born Derek Fox, and he has won on this most lovable of horses, who has won the Randox South Grand National for Lucinda Russell, the first Scottish trained winner since Rubstick in 1979, and only the second in the race's history. A wonderful triumph for One for Arthur, who has come there to challenge between 2 out and the last. And once he got there travelling well, one thing you knew was that he would stay, and stay some more. He had the heart for it, he had the guts for it, and he had the young swashbuckling jockey for this sort of test as well.
Who gave it a really ballsy ride. He was held right up at the back, but not outpaced intentionally. And every time I saw him, he was going very well in the rear, jumping beautifully. He's a superb jumper, and he takes a nerve. He doesn't, he's not ridden in this race before, and to time his challenge like he did, he came there tanking when he joined them, and then saw the race out really well from the ultra game runner-up.
Just a 4th runner in the race for the excellent Lucinda Russell, who's made such huge strides in the last few years. She had Silver by Nature strongly fancied in this a few years ago, didn't quite go to plan for that horse, but they brought One for Arthur here just to peak on the right day. The winner of the Classic Chase at Warwick, where he beat Good to Know, who ran a fine race today for a long way, but this clearly his day, literally and otherwise, in the sun. A race run at an even gallop carved out by the 2 Jigginstown horses. They faded. Black Lion went for home very early under Noel Feely.
I don't think it was Feely. I think it was the horse just decided that it was his time, and he went clear on the long run from the Melling Road, but it's a long way home from there.
And you still have to have some patience, and look at the cross-belt colours of One for Arthur, top of the picture there, just gliding past horses who've run well.
He wasn't worried when he went 10 clear. That's the thing that was impressive. You just picked him up about sort of 5 out, and he was a good 30 lengths behind, 25 lengths behind. That's the most worrying moment. He jumped into the back of the horse. He jumped in so big. But he's almost taken a pull. Well, he is taking a pull. He's come there absolutely cruising.
And let's not forget the journey that Derek Fox had back to this race.
Yes.
He had a relatively serious injury. He had to race to get back in time to ride. He just had 2 rides earlier in the week. He's been at Jack Berry House in Malton day after day, night after night, just to get back to ride this horse. And it was only confirmed a matter of days ago that he would be able to do so. And this is why he was pushing himself through the pain barrier to get back in the saddle.
Yeah, absolutely. And, well, talk about worth it. And as I say, he's responded by giving the horse a really excellent ride. So, he's got a great jumper, but as I say, it was a nervy ride.
Derek Fox, March the 9th, 2017, broken wrist, broken right collarbone. April the 8th, wins the Grand National. Easy. And as we told you earlier in the programme, if you were with us, this is protocol for today. The racecourse executive here at Aintree and the British Horse Racing Authority, because of the hot weather, deciding that the horses would go straight into the washdown area. You can see all the coolers there, the cooling fans, and get them cooled down, and then they can come back at their leisure, minus riders, into the winner's enclosure, and all those jockeys instructed to dismount as soon as possible. So just to allay any of your fears that that's a sign of anything else, it's not. That was the protocol that was laid down today. The head-on shows you which horses have run terrifically well. Cause of Causes, super run for Jamie Codd in second. What a horse he's been. 3 Cheltenham Festival wins and a Grand National second. Third, Black Lion. St R has run terrifically well, placed again as he was when second 2 years ago, and he's finished third. He got the better of Black Lion for third. Fifth was Gasline Boy, who ran a remarkable race.
Yeah, what a transformation that is from falling at the first the other time he tried it. What a great ride he gave him.
It's a shame that Derek's unable to ride the horse back into the winner's enclosure, but quite understandable given the circumstances.
Yeah, look, yeah, I'm sure, but I'm sure he'll more than put up with that. He can reflect on a job really well done.
As Peter Scudamore, a partner of the winning trainer Lucinda Russell, congratulates Derek Fox, and hugs from all the owners and connections, I can bring you the happy news that all 40 horses have returned safely from the 2017 running of the Grand National. And for all that the horse still being cooled down in the cooling area, Derek and Lucinda and Peter Scudamore got a lovely reception from the crowd here. And just the formalities to complete now, and that tells you he is drawn exactly the correct weight, 10 stone 11, and One for Arthur is the winner of the Randox Health Grand National. Still a relatively inexperienced horse as well.
Well, he'll come back again. We'll have the argument next year whether he'll do it the second time, but I'm sure this will be the target next year. He's such a thorough stayer, and he is as good a jumper as you could get.
As you can see, Lydia is with the winning rider, Derek Fox, Grand National hero.
Derek Fox has just called that unbelievable. It is unbelievable. The way he travelled through the race, the way he's won it so easily.
So easily, yeah. Just the only concern with that was that he'd be a bit slow through the first mile and he'd end up far back. And a lot of people say it's tricky to win an Ashton from so far back because you need more things to go your way. But he jumped so well. After he went one circuit, I was thinking I can't be going as well as I am. He travelled. I was close enough to the leaders. I thought no one really got me in front, and he just jumped all the way down the back. He was jumping so well, I was inclined to even keep him wider because he was making 2 and 3 lengths at every fence. And when I just got around, across the 4, across the bottom, Valentine's, and then other 3, I was kind of closing, thinking I'm nearly going to be there too soon. And for a brief moment, I took a small pull out of him, but I couldn't resist much longer after jumping the second last. And I was in front of him any time, but he's the gamest horse I've ever ridden, and he just galloped all the way to the line. You know, I wasn't for looking back, but he's unbelievable. I just like to thank the Jackberry House for getting me back. I got a fall a few weeks ago, and just very lucky to be back. Only for all the team down at the Jackberry House to get me here in one piece. Only for them, I definitely wouldn't have been back. You know, so just like a big thank you to them, and thanks to the owners and Lucinda and Skew for putting me on him, because I hadn't that many rides back. You know, some people might think I wouldn't be fit enough, one thing and another. Just like to give a massive thank you to them all, and it's just unbelievable. The best feeling, better than I even thought it would be. So. Can't believe it. Yeah.
I bet you were determined to get yourself well to ride this horse.
I just so determined to get back, and but it was just great for the opportunity. If I thought I was well enough, they were happy to put me on him. So, but okay, I've got a great partnership with the horse all year, and you know, he's obviously just an improving horse as well. So I've been very lucky to get the ride on in the first place, and no, I can't believe it.
How about the support that Lucinda Russell and Peter Scudamore have given you all the way through your career?
They're amazing. I couldn't ask to work for nicer people. Lucinda is as good a trainer as there is about, especially when it comes to staying chaser. She's just primed this horse for the day. He's improved, I'd say, £10 off his last run, which I didn't think was possible, but she said he had. So who was I to say any different? And Peter Scudamore was a massive help as well. Just the jockey coaching he gives me, and a second to none, you know.
And is this a dream come true for you?
Oh, it definitely is. I just say, like, not everyone can be a champion jockey. It's a very tricky thing to be, but because just how it is. But it just gives a standard jockey like myself a chance to shine on a big day, you know.
A winner in the Grand National with your very first ride. Many, many congratulations.
Thank you.
Lucinda Russell has just won the Randox House Grand National with One for Arthur. How does this feel for you?
It's just amazing. Everyone kept saying, you know, beforehand, the worst question a journalist can ask is, how would it feel to win the National? And you think, oh, for goodness sake, what would it mean? It means everything. Of course it does. And it's just incredible. I'm just so proud of the horse. You know, he jumped fantastic. I thought Derek gave him a great ride. He's done us proud, he's done Scotland proud, and he's done everyone at the yard proud. It's just amazing.
He had to be nerveless, didn't he, to deliver that kind of ride, to wait patiently?
That's what he is, though. Derek is amazing. I know he's a horseman and everything, but his timing is fantastic, and the confidence that he has, the self-confidence is just brilliant. And on a horse like Arthur, you know, he got him jumping just perfectly.
And you must have been thinking, pinch me now. My horse is travelling all over the field in the National.
I know, we did actually before Melling Road. I was up with the owners and we just shouted, we're going to win the National. It was just incredible. But a horse like that and a jockey like that, you know, what could be better?
I love a before the Melling Road shout. That is bold.
That's so it's bold, isn't it? But we know Derek's great at getting these horses to finish strongly, and I knew that he'd stay. So it is maybe a bit bold, but it was right.
And coming here today, were you nervous? How did you handle the big day itself?
It's really funny how everything's just gone right. You know, that the preparation for the horse, everything's. When we worked out what training he was going to have, we built in an extra week for something to go wrong, for him to lose a shoe. He did lose a shoe, but the farrier got up early on a Saturday morning, put it back on. I mean, it's just everything's just gone so smoothly, including winning the race.
It's dreamlike, isn't it?
It is really dreamlike, but it's brilliant. And you know, I always say that it's fine. I'm the figurehead and I'm saying what's going on, but actually it's everyone back at home that have done so much. And even from the farrier getting up on a Saturday morning to, you know, our vet's here actually is out at one of the fences. We've got a fantastic team behind us, and it's just great. Long may it continue.
It always is a team performance, isn't it?
It is, yeah, and I think also the support that we've had from the other owners, because it's hard when everyone's talking about one horse, but hopefully we can continue to keep the winners coming for everyone.
And you do realise you've got bragging rights over Peter Scudamore now. I know. You've won the National.
He's wearing his dad's tie, so I think that brought us some luck. So that's his, I'm delighted for Scoot. Really, really pleased. Without him, I couldn't do it.
Congratulations to you and all of your team. Well done.
Thank you very much. Thanks.